Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories and Yanko back here with another video. And as you guys know, Luka Doncic has been traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers, and Anthony Davis has been shipped out to the Dallas Mavericks. And, you know, there's other trade pieces and stuff, but those are the two centerpieces of the trade, right? And a lot of think pieces have come out. Nico Harrison has spoken, Mark Cuban has spoken, and a lot of the NBA YouTubers have reacted, such as myself. Well, my videos ain't gonna do no numbers, but this video might be controversial. It might be upsetting to some, but at the end of the day, the bigger the crowd, the dumber the crowd. Most people are sheep, and most people really don't know what's going on. Everybody has this popular opinion instead of being willing to tell the truth. And I'm one of those people that's willing to tell the truth, and it is what it is. I told the truth about the inside of the NBA, and the casuals got mad at it. Of course, like, you feel me? They're not there for the hoops. They're here for, you know, the memes and the jokes and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But my take on the trade, now that everything has calmed down, is that Luka did it to himself, right? If there was any type of loyalty to be betrayed, it was Luka betraying the Dallas Mavericks. Not because Luka is just this disloyal guy or anything like that. I'm saying it strictly from the standpoint of professionalism. And people just don't get it. People don't understand. I'm a personal trainer. I know how to stay in shape. I know what it's like to train people. And when you're $1 million athlete, like, say, when you're getting paid so much money, it is not hard to stay in shape. That's the reason why we criticize Zion. That's the reason why we criticize Joel Embiid. That's the reason why we criticize so many players throughout the years, mainly just in this new generation, for not staying in shape. You're getting, and these are the top guys. These are not really guys that are at the bottom, role players and stuff. This is legit star players that are indulging too much, not keeping themselves in shape. And according to the Dallas Mavericks, the reason why they traded him is because they were unsure about him signing an extension. Maybe there was rumblings behind the scenes that he wanted to be traded. I'm not sure. But basically, they said defense wins championships, and that's the reason why they traded for Anthony Davis. And they were concerned about Luka's conditioning. As of right now, they said that Luka had got up to 270 pounds. That is ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous to almost be 300 pounds at 6'7". That's insane. That's insane, bro. There's no excuse for that, man. And everybody is so quick to look at stuff through the lens of looking at the name. Every single time a big trade goes down, every time something happens, y'all just look at the name. I told y'all, stop looking at the name. Stop looking at the name, bro. Look at the reality. I told you guys this with Russell Westbrook. I told you guys this with Damian Lillard. I keep telling you guys, stop looking at the name. Look at the reality of these players. Luka Doncic, he is a generational talent, right? But that doesn't mean he's a winning player. There has been so much criticism as far as his play style when it came to in the clutch, when it came to winning time, when it came to just playing alongside other guys. That's the reason why KP didn't play well with him, but he plays well on the Celtics, right? Right? That's the reason why nobody really went over there to play with Luka. Kyrie got traded there. And, you know, it just worked out because Kyrie is a championship level player. So, of course, he's going to raise the level of play. And, of course, y'all don't want to give him credit for it, but it is what it is. And now, the Dallas Mavericks front office, they saw that, yes, we can win without Luka. Let's stop sitting up here and pretending like the Dallas Mavericks weren't playing good without Luka. They were. They went on winning streaks without Luka. Luka is a great player. Don't get it twisted. He is a great player. But are the Dallas Mavericks not contenders without Luka? Do they just fall off without Luka? No, they don't. They're still contending. You know, maybe they may take a step back as far as offensive punch, but they definitely, when I mean definitely, have transcended as far as on the defensive end. So it's like, it's give and take. It's definitely give and take. This team can do great stuff on offense, great stuff on defense. They're now a balanced team. They don't have to worry about their front court anymore. So, you know, it is what it is. And I can't sit up here and feel bad for a guy who didn't take his conditioning seriously, man. I can't. People are talking about, the organization should have put him on this diet. Dude, how much money does LeBron James spend on his body each year? We already know what comes with that, the size of all that stuff, allegedly. You feel me? I'm pretty sure Giannis is, too. But these guys spend money on their bodies. These guys take care of themselves. These guys, even if they're cheating, even if they're using PEDs, at least they care enough. At least they care enough. Luka does not care enough. You're seeing guys like in the lab, but we see Luka over here smoking hookah. And yet y'all want to be so surprised. People are talking about, he's a 25-year-old, 26-year-old. Dude, these guys, you can't look at their age and rate everybody across the same board. There's a caveat to Luka being a top 3, top 4 player in the league. When he is healthy, when he's in shape. Luka is X, Y, and Z, right? It's the same thing that we do with Kawhi Leonard. When Kawhi is healthy, when he's on the court, right? Like, same thing with Joel Embiid. When he's healthy, when he's in shape, when he's on the court. He's in that category of player. He's in the whenever they get their shit together type of player. That they can be the best in the NBA, right? We don't have to say that about LeBron James. We don't have to say that about Steph Curry at times. Like, even though he's had like kind of a down year, whatever. But Kyrie should have been All-Star too. But we don't say that about SGA. We don't say that about those players, man. And whether if I respect him to a certain degree or not, we don't say that about Jason Tatum. We don't say that about Nikola Jokic because remember, Jokic was looked at in the same light as Luka, putting up all these numbers, but he's out of breath. He's a fat boy. All this stuff, right? We looked at him the same way, and guess what he did? He locked in. Jokic is in better shape than Luka. And he's bigger than him. Well, if you see them standing side by side, somebody lying. But anyway, all I'm saying is this, man. There's guys that have proven that, okay, I take this personal enough to get in shape. I take this personal enough to try harder on the court. It's not even just that, like the defense too. Luka got complacent. That's all this is. Bro. The organization looked at him and said, look, man, we're never going to win with this guy. As talented as he is a generational talent. But guess what? So is Russell Westbrook. So is James Harden. You have players of that ilk that no matter how great their talent is, they don't have the winning intangibles. They don't have the work ethic. They don't have what it takes to transcend to the next level. They may have the talent. We're looking at Luka from a talent, but we're not looking at the intangibles. You feel me? You can't teach work ethic. You either got it or you don't. You either want it bad enough or you don't. And I'm not saying Luka isn't a competitor, like he's not competitive. I'm saying from strictly, what are you willing to sacrifice in order to transcend your game or yourself to the next level to make sure that you win? Luka has not shown that. He's not shown that I'm willing to play hard-nosed defense every night if I have to win. He hasn't shown that. Dude, he gets attacked. He saves energy for offense. Luka hasn't shown all the time that he's willing to take a backseat to another guy to let him take over. He hasn't always shown that. Sometimes when Luka's shit ain't falling, Luka keeps shooting. Yes, and shooters gonna keep shooting, right? But at the same time, he can become a black hole. His play style is not conducive to winning. Whether if y'all want to accept that or not, his play style has not been conducive to winning. And this narrative that he dragged the Dallas Mavericks to the finals is ridiculous. It was definitely a team effort, and also between him and Kyrie. Like, let's stop this idea that because a person is the face of a team and that they're not a super team, that somebody had to drag them there. No, he did not drag them there. Let's stop that. Because if that was the case, then they probably would have shipped Kyrie out instead of him. So, yeah. And listen, Luka, amazing talent, bro. Amazing, amazing talent. And I'm going to keep saying that because a lot of people are going to get upset. A lot of people are going to say, well, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dude, the same criticism that y'all give to Zion Williamson, y'all need to give to his ass too. Plain and simple. He's been on the court more than Zion. He's been on the court more than Zion. I will give him that. But at the same time, when you're talking about a guy that's, 25? About to be 26, if not 26 already, right? You're entering the prime of your career and you still have not figured out how to take care of yourself. You still have not figured that out yet. You're still doing the same things over and over. That's because he got complacent. He never ever thought in his wildest dreams that I could get traded, right? I'm pretty sure there have been conversations. Let's stop acting like these guys have not approached Luka and said, Luka, man, we need you to get in shape. We're going to set up something for you, this and all that. At the end of the day, the player has to want it, man. He has to want it. You cannot tell me over a 6-year span that the Dallas Mavericks have not had anything in place or anything to try to get Luka in the best shape possible. You can't tell me that. They got a whole training staff, whole facilities, nutritionists, all this stuff. And you can hire a personal one for yourself. There was nothing stopping Luka. It was always there. The help was always there. How come everybody else is in shape on the team but him? Tell me that. Tell me that. How come everybody else is in good condition but Luka Doncic? Tell me. Tell me. What workout off-season videos have we seen of Luka Doncic? Okay, and people are, oh, well, they just made the finals. Yeah. Yes, that's nice. But there's no guarantee that they were going to make it again. The Thunder are here. The Grizzlies are back. You feel me? The Spurs are coming up. Like, the Rockets are here. Like, there's no guarantee that they were going to make it back, and it's up to a team that's constantly trying to get better. Do I think the Dallas Mavericks got better? Yes. But it's like, it's not better from the standpoint of offense, but they're more well-rounded than they probably ever have been. This team can still win a championship. I'm just being real. But I have nothing against Luka Doncic, but I need y'all to understand that this is not some idiotic trade that's going to age poorly. I do not think, mark my words, Luka Doncic is not going to win a championship in LA. He is not going to win in LA. I need y'all to get that out of y'all mind right now, because guess what? Nobody's going there to play with Luka. People had a hard time getting players to come to Dallas to play with Luka. It's no different than when LeBron was in LA. The only reason why he was able to get AD is because of the Clutch Sports relationship. No other real star players came to play with LeBron. You had Russell Westbrook, who was, on the tail end, and he's still playing good, but, that was after he left the Lakers. You can't play with guys like that. Kyrie is the only exception to that. He's been able to play with LeBron. He's been able to play with KD. He's been able to play with Luka. Kyrie is just that Swiss Army knife. He is the exception to the rule. Not everybody can play with a player like that. Nobody's going to go out their way to play with Luka just because he's in LA. It's no different than playing with LeBron. Probably worse. Because at least LeBron is like more mobile. And like LeBron, he will at least attempt to do something off ball, but Luka's not going to do that. The play styles, they clash. So I don't know what's going to come of LeBron James, whether if he's going to get traded to the Warriors, because I hear rumblings about that. But, it is what it is. And also, I had said that I don't know why the Dallas Mavericks would trade Luka to the Lakers when they could have just tried to get Giannis from, I was like, why would they do that? But the reports had came out that the Lakers were the second team that was reached out to. It said that we already know. Let's read through, let's clear the BS out. We know what this means, okay? They said that the Dallas Mavericks reached out to an Eastern Conference team, to, inquire about a certain player for Luka Doncic. That team declined. The only team in the East that would do something like that is the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis. They got a power forward. It's clear that they were trying to get Giannis first, and they settled for AD. I was like, okay, bet we can't get that, because it damn sure wasn't Joel Embiid. But yeah, man, the Bucks in hindsight, if Giannis requests to trade out and all they do is get picks, like people are gonna look back at it like damn. But then again, Luka isn't a winning player. I hate to break it to y'all, he's not. Y'all get so caught up. I don't know why y'all keep doing this. Like, only very few players win championships in a generation. You could have superstar talent. You could have these guys who are amazing, but then you have that one few that have the intangibles, that have the talent, that have the skill, that have the sacrifice, the work ethic, the mentality. Those are the guys who win. Stop acting like every guy is guaranteed a championship or guaranteed to be a championship level player just because they have a certain level of talent. We've seen it all the time. Joel Embiid is not a championship level player, but he has superstar talent. Luka is the same way, right? We've seen the Damian Lillards, right? We've seen the Jason Tatums. No disrespect, like you got to get that Finals MVP, but we've seen that. We've seen the talent. Y'all keep conflating talent with reality. Luka can fill up the stat sheet, but he is a selfish player. If Luka did this to himself, I'm sorry, he did it to himself. If you did not want to be traded, you should have tried harder on defense. Should have tried harder with your conditioning. Let's stop sitting up here acting like Luka didn't do nothing wrong. And there's tremendous upside for the Lakers for this. But do I think that they're going to win with Luka? Hell no. But by the time anything manifests over there, like anything manifests over there, like in LA, like they don't have crazy draft capital. They got one more first round pick, and like nobody's going there to play with Luka. I'm just being honest. You have Paulo Banchero in his prime at that point. You have SGA, still in his prime. You feel me? You'll have the Rockets in their prime. You'll have the Grizzlies in their prime. You'll have Wemby heading into his prime. Wemby's still young. You feel me? And then you'll have like what other teams are just coming up, just young. The Magic. Well, I just said Paulo, but just the Magic as a whole, okay? You have other teams that are going to be coming up. It's not just like, oh, he went to the Lakers and he's going to be the face of the franchise and they're destined for greatness because Luka's there. No, the rest of these teams are coming. They're either here now or they're going to be here for a long time. You feel me? And there's not to say, even though I got to throw my team into the Brooklyn Nets, whoever we decide to get, right? A Cooper Flag, and we got all these picks, right? We got all these picks, so we can build around whoever we get. Ace Bailey, Cooper Flag, Harper, whatever, right? And then they might be developing to the point that they become a superstar, and we got all these assets to build around them. Too, and we might become a championship contender. It is not a guarantee just because he went to the Lakers that it's going to turn out good. I don't think it's going to turn out. I think it has just as much potential for destruction as it does for success. I actually think it has more for destruction. I think the likelihood of it manifesting into anything fruitful, a championship, a run, anything, I think that is very low. I will give it maybe a 35% chance because the West is deep now. The West is deep. And you got guys, you got one of the best drafts ever coming up. Those guys, they're going to manifest in the sun. Don't let it be superstars in that class, which potentially it could be. Transcendent generational superstars. And all those guys are going to be competing with Luka. So it's not just going to be Luka. It's like those days are over with. Like you got John Moran, the Grizzlies coming up, even though, we still got to see them continue to stay healthy. A lot of these teams that are great now are young. The Rockets are young. Yeah, they got vets on the team, but they're still young. OKC is young. The Spurs are young. And don't let them get LaMelo Ball or something like that. It's like, dude, this shit gonna be a wrap, man. It's gonna be a wrap. Then you got the Pistons. We'll see what happens with that, right? Cade, all that. There is no guarantee that Luka Doncic is going to have any type of success on the Lakers because that's how deep the NBA is now. That's how talented the league is now. He's no longer just the young guy on the block. You got guys younger than him that can raise the ceiling of a team just as great. They may not be as talented as him or as praised as him, but at the end of the day, the league is talented. We need to get out this thinking, like y'all got excited for Dame going to the Bucks. We got to get out this thinking that, oh yeah, it's like the 2000s, late 2010s, where you could just put this guy on this team and it's that. Like, it's not, that shit is not happening no more. It's not happening. You can't just put these guys here and it look good on paper. It's gonna work. Y'all learned that with the Bucks. You feel me? Y'all learned that with the Russell Westbrook to the Lakers. Y'all learned that. And y'all gonna learn it with the Luka Doncic. Still a great player, but he did it to himself. I don't have no sympathy for him. He's had years to prove that he can do just as much, like, say, to improve him, to raise his level. Luka was holding himself back. It's like Shaq, nigga. Luka's leaving shit on the table. Blame him. It is what it is. Can't blame the Mavs, man. Hey, peace.